The Indian subcontinent has been blessed with a rich heritage of culture and art. There are many unique and colorful art forms that hail from our country, and the Parsi Gara embroidery is no exception. The Parsis had migrated to India around the 10th century. They were well established in various professions, including trade. Legend says that sometime around the 19th century, one of the traders brought back a new kind of artistic embroidery on their way back from China. This embroidery was very realistic in its depiction of flora and fauna, originally targeted for the European market. Eventually, it was commissioned as a 5.5-meter sari for the traders from India. This was right around the time Parsi women were adapting to the Indian style of dressing in a sari. Upon growing a liking for this unique embroidery with both Chinese and European influences, they started wearing it almost as a culturally unique symbol. This was how this beautiful craft came to India. As years progressed, the Parsi Gara evolved, the colors and motif language changed. Soon enough, around the onset of the 21st century, the Parsi Gara faced extinction, and what was even worse is that it fell prey to technology and plagiarism. Nowadays, looking for an authentic Parsi Gara is almost like going for a treasure hunt. Due to the drastic increase in demand, the fashion industry is always on its toes. Millions are put into production, and quantity is much more valued than quality. Nobody has the time to invest a month or two to produce niche items that may or may not sell, such as the Parsi Gara. Therefore, most of the production process is done by machines. Speaking of Parsi Gara, authentic pieces are extremely hard to find. There are two kinds of imitations available in the market: machine embroidered pieces and RE work pieces, which is embroidery done by the hook needle. Both of these methods require half of the time, effort, and skill set than what would usually be required to make an authentic piece. These fakes are marketed to customers under the name of contemporary Gara and sell quite a bit due to the lack of knowledge amongst other people. The production process for authentic Parsi Gara includes transferring the designs onto fabric by using white gateway sheets. Once the sheets are placed on the fabric, a white solution called safedi is rubbed onto it, which results in the design outlines to be transferred onto the fabric like a stencil. After this, the designs are embroidered by the zardozi or the small needle technique. Now, we will be looking at a video which will show us the production process as well as the differences between the RE method and the traditional method.
Here we are printing the design on the fabric. The design is already done on gateway sheet, and the solution that is used for printing is known as safedi. You just rub the solution onto the paper. The paper is pinned also to get the tracing onto the cloth. Here it's done.
Hi, as you can see, Zenobia sitting with her artisans. Now, if you see the gentleman with the cap, he is using an RE needle or the hook needle, long needle, whatever, there are many names to it, or the cobbler needle, where the needle is only being passed from the top. Can you see? It's very clearly visible that the needle is being passed only from the top and he is passing the thread only from the bottom. The other gentleman without the cap is doing it in the authentic method. Now, as you can see, both of them have started together, but the gentleman with the cap is nearly halfway through his embroidery, whereas that gentleman is not even done 10% of his embroidery. So it clearly shows that the RE embroidery moves much faster, but as we've shown you earlier, the quality is far inferior and it cannot be termed as Gara embroidery. So the gentleman who's with the beard who is doing it in the authentic method. Even Zenobia is doing it in the authentic method and showing us how exactly it is done.
In conclusion, this beautiful art form, like many others, is facing extinction. there are a select few people who indulge in the traditional way of making authentic Parsi Gara embroidery out of their love for the craft. Foundations such as Parzor have also taken efforts to help preserve this craft and share knowledge to the people. We as a group would like to take this moment to thank NIFT Mumbai for the Craft Cluster program, for giving us the opportunity to interact with artisans and learn about such a beautiful craft. And we would also like to urge other people out there to help in preserving crafts like these by propagating knowledge, because these are pieces of India's rich heritage and it will be a shame for them to simply vanish. Thank you.